I think video games in general attract people, and in a way, it's almost the most extroverted thing that gaming introverts can do. As a gamer, the stereotype is that you sit in your parents' basement playing video games all the time. For those that compete in our teams, they are scholar athletes. But as far as teamwork, it's a group of introverts. Some of them not, but they're all working together. They're all communicating. They're all working towards that common goal of that win.
I'm feeling rough, I'm feeling wrong in the time of my life.
Hi, my name's Maya. I am the VP of Engagement for the Esports Club. I've played video games since I was 8 years old. So it's been a big part of my life, and so to be able to take that and to be put in a role where I'm able to bring people together and us to we're kind of like a family at this point now, and that's great to me. I love that.
Hey, my name is Samuel Correo. I'm treasurer for the UNCW Esports Club. When I first came to UNCW, I felt like I did not know anyone, and I wanted to go and meet people, and I saw Rainbow Six Siege tryouts.
I started with the Esports Club as soon as I transferred here, which has been about 2 years now. I've been VP of Engagement for roughly about a year and a half. It's been a place where I've been able to go and just hang out and meet people and actually socialize and feel like I'm able to do something for someone right now.
I figured that by joining a team and challenging myself to actually have to play against other players and do it consistently would help me improve at that game. As I was in the lab more, I started meeting the people, and I saw chances to help out, and I wanted to continue doing that, and that's what made me want to rise.
So as far as this club in particular, I was literally just looking for people to play Minecraft with, and then I got involved with the club. My name's David. I'm the UNCW Gaming Club president. I'm also the head lab manager here at the Esports Lab. I'll be honest, there's no way I could do it without my officers. More specifically, especially with this semester, we added a second vice president position so that it wasn't so much on one person or myself. And so now I have a vice president of engagement. I also have a vice president of teams, as well as a standard secretary and treasurer. So that gives them the opportunity to focus in on member retention, and also allows my vice president of teams to focus on handling our club teams.
We have different tiers. We have a claiming club tier. We have our varsity tier. Now, if you're in the varsity tier, you actually get a stipend to come in. You actually get a coach to come and help you out and get you training. You actually have to set up scrimmages with other schools, and you enter and do usually a match every week. You gotta make sure that you are able to communicate and get the team together, and you're training each day. You actually have to learn the layout of each game match. So it's similar to when you're doing football or basketball, you're reviewing your footage and improving on it. When you come in to practice, you're doing similar things. You're running a routine of, hey, if an opponent comes through this doorway, what tactics are you using? What lineups are you using? You gotta learn the balances and pros on the esports side.
I think one of the best skills I've seen esports help people grow is communication. Especially if you are in a team-based sport, if you do not have that communication, all the motor skill in the world will not take you anywhere. If you try to go out on your own and do an entire game by yourself, say in Valorant, you try to take on the entire enemy team, you're not going to win. You might maybe get 1 or 2 good rounds, but if you're not playing around your team, if you're not communicating what you need, listening to what they need, you're never going to win a match.
It's more than just a game for me, and I feel it is for a lot of people who enjoy it. It's kind of like an escape to be able to get away from stuff, and then to be able to be in this environment and to be able to kind of help take that escape and bring it to real life to be able to do stuff.
I'll miss the playgrounds and the animals and digging up worms. I'll miss the comfort of my mother and the weight of the world.
Well, the UNCW Esports team has given me the tools and the equipment necessary to achieve my best in the esports arena with top-of-the-line computers, keyboards, mouse, and internet connectivity. I'm above and beyond anyone else online, and I will be faster, stronger, and better than anywhere else you could play in.
I feel like it's a test of reaction and skill. When it comes to actual real life sports, it's also like there's a physical aspect of it within esports. There isn't necessarily a large physical aspect. For me, I played lacrosse, and so I was a defensive pole. I would constantly have to move my feet a lot, and I would have to be able to push people out of the box, as we called it, to prevent them from scoring a goal. In esports, there isn't necessarily that physical component, but there is that reaction skill component, and there is that understanding of what's going on and your surroundings in both of them. So that is one of the main differences, I think, between the two.
As far as just comparing it to your more traditional sports, it may not be as physically demanding on the entire body, but it is definitely just as mentally demanding. Our Valorant team, as an example, is in here almost every night, starting at about 7. Sometimes it's for practice, sometimes it's for scrims against another college, sometimes it's for actual matches. And then there are some nights they're just in here just playing the game together.
Esports is all about just learning the different levels and doing the countermeasures and knowing when to do the proper things and getting the reaction time. You gotta make sure you get the practice time. There's a lot of different setups and softwares that we have to put on the computers to run to try and get your aiming up, your reaction up, your skill. You're working out different types of muscles.
It's kind of like a team, which is going for a collective goal, which is to win, sort of. In other esports, it's more like team versus team. Within the game that I'm playing, Arc Raiders, you kind of have to, you can build your own team. You choose who to trust and who to care for.
People say tic-tac-toe is a sport, and I don't see the difference between the two. You have people playing each other with prizes, money, or just the honor of winning on the line. That's all you need for anything to be called a sport.
If they're running a dive tank, you gotta make sure, okay, what's the countermeasure for a dive tank? Which one is the shield tank? Similar to like if you're running doing a football team, someone's running a 3-4 defense, someone's running a 4-3 defense, or someone's running a 46 defense. Which form? How to read out the formations? What's the counter play for that? How to do the play, passing play, or if you're on basketball, you're doing like the 4-on-1 box defense. You gotta make sure or if you're doing zone or just man-to-man, what's the proper play to go against it?
I feel like everyone at one point has just felt like they don't have anywhere to go, and this place is kind of like that place that is like, hey, like, you know, you do have a spot even though you think you don't.
Hey, you, come over here. Listen, this just ain't working out. You're performing terribly out there, and you're embarrassing yourself and this team. Go get on the bench.